Music Access. When we talk about relationships and give advice on the radio about love, we sometimes find out that men have a lot of misconceptions about women and vice versa. One of those misconceptions includes this thought that most men have. Women love special events. It's not that they love extravagant events, it's the thought that goes into planning the event that women like. Or at least, that's according to women. Is that true? Well, I think the answer is obvious for that one. Not just women, but men also like it when they know that the person they like is thinking about them. Even if you spend a lot of money planning an extravagant event, if the heart is missing, the other person knows right away. And what's more important is that after the event is over, if the thought was missing, everything goes back to the way it was before without any changes. Today marks the 70th anniversary of Korea's liberation from the Japanese colonial rule. I know there are a lot of special events planned for this special day, so it made me think, if we put our hearts into these special events planned for today, they'll have more meaning in the future. Don't you agree? The first song you heard today, Saturday, August 15th, 2015, was On Top of the World by Imagine Dragons. What's up, Music Access family? So, it is a special day in Korea, but then again, also for special events, what kind of events have you prepared, or what kind of events have been prepared for you? Let me know by sending me a message on our message board, because I have not given out, or rather have not prepared a lot of events before, or received events, except I've received a lot of events from B.I.G fans. Heart beginning. Okay, so we're about to start the Saturday edition of Music Access right now. And our Saturday corner, My Text and Message, which is all about you. We're going to read your messages and listen to your song requests for the next 2 hours. And also, our special Corner and Corner My Text message during the first hour of our Saturday show will be especially reserved for your text or SNS messages. Send me a text or SNS message that was the most memorable for you during the week, and I'll introduce it during that time. The reason we're doing this is because the messages that were memorable for you may also strike a chord with our other listeners as well. So, send in the messages that you remember, short or long. You can send in the message itself, or you can also tell us about how you got the message or why you sent the message as well. We'll introduce those text messages briefly before moving on to your other messages and letters for My Message, which will go on during the rest of the show. My text message will be short and special, and all of the other messages that we receive will be introduced during My Message all the way up to the end of the second hour. Now here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio application on your smartphone, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And of course, remember, if you have any song requests that you want to hear on the air, go ahead and send those requests onto our message board under the title Request. Now, before we come back with My Text and Message, let's check out 2 tracks. The first song is Birthday by Katy Perry, followed by Don't You Worry Child by Swedish House Mafia featuring John Martin. Reading your messages again and again, reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me. My text message. Which messages were the ones that were the most memorable to you from the week gone by? The messages that you keep are the words from the person you want to keep close. If you remember the messages that you sent, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it before sending it. Our special Corner in Corner for Saturdays, My Text Message, is all about sharing the social media or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It could have been a message that made you happy, angry, or something that made you laugh, or something really frustrated. Let me know which message was the most memorable and share with us some of the messages you saved on your mobile device and why. Just write my text on your message. And our first text message comes from Christina from the Philippines saying, "So I met this friend on SNS 5 years ago. We were both role-playing these anime characters from the anime... it kind of sounds like Edward Cullen in the medieval times. I was blank character and she was blank character. And then we asked for each other's personal account and started talking. Turns out that both of us are of the same age, only 1 month and 4 days apart. We have the same interests, so we clicked exactly. We share lots of stories, and it's as if we know each other personally. We even call each other sissy. Sad thing is, she's living in India and I'm in the Philippines. But it didn't stop us from exchanging phone numbers and texting each other on special occasions like birthdays, Christmas, and New Year's. Once, she called me and greeted me a Happy New Year in my time zones. So every text message from her is really precious. We've decided that after we graduate in college and find a job, we'll see each other. And until now, we're still in contact, and I hope it'll last long." That's really nice. I mean, finding each other via similar interests. And then also just, becoming friends based on those similar interests. Because it's interesting that you met via online networking and via this interest of this anime. You became, besides, we're chill because we like the same stuff. But you've surpassed that and you become friends, which I think is really, really great. So good luck on that. Hope you graduate college and find a great place to turn up. Maybe when you meet each other, you should dress up in the outfits from your anime. Alright, now before we move on, let's check out 2 songs. The first song is requested by Mylene of the USA. Crash by David Archuleta. What was that? Followed by Kirine of Thailand requesting You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. We just heard Crush by David Archuleta, followed by You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. And now let's read another message that came in for my text message. Unita Swinyo from Indonesia saying, "Hi Benji, I have a friend. He is my schoolmate since we were in grade 4 of elementary school. We got closer in middle and high school, and even closer when we were senior high school students. Middle high school, and then senior high school. I know that he's kind of mysterious, but a very kind and polite man. He often keeps his problems to himself and rarely shares them. He's such a gentleman, but can sometimes be so annoying. He likes to debate with me and say things that make me mad, but he always asks permission from my family when he picks me up and drives me home. He always walks on the outside, and when we meet strangers, he puts me aside and lets himself stand closer to them instead of me. He always makes me feel safe and protected. I call him Ge, which means older brother in Chinese, and I forgot why, but now I always call him like that, and he calls himself Ge too. I feel that he has a character where people can't hate him but love him no matter what. Last year, he went to Australia for a working holiday. I guess a business trip, maybe, is what they might call it in the States. We lost contact for around 4 months since his birthday on March this year before he texted me on July 28th, 2015. He said, "Happy birthday to you, Nays," which is a nickname for you. "Wish you have a long life and feel peaceful in day-to-day lives. Sorry for the late message. Please forgive me." When I read that, my reaction was, okay, is it a new message or did it just arrive? We chatted for a while and he told me that he will continue his college experience in Australia after this working holiday. He needs to manage all the things needed before he's back to Indonesia this October. He also says that there are many things he can't bear not having in his life. Something like the demands of the future. Or rather, no. There's something that he has difficulty dealing with, and that's the demands of the future. And when I asked him about that, he said it's better to save my question until we meet, and he said he'll answer and explain it. He was too lazy to type. The question is, I don't know when I'll meet him again, and if I still want to ask him that question or not. Whew. At the end, I just hope he's doing well in Australia now and later. I hope he's happy and can do whatever he truly wants to do. This was a long message. Okay, so to kind of summarize for everyone who's listening in. So Unita has a friend or good, so I guess like an older guy friend, I guess, that they're really chill, and then they lost contact because he went to Australia for a working holiday, and then now he got a message out of the blue, and happy birthday, and all this stuff, and then now she has a question for him that's kind of curious. But I think it happens. You get a message out of the blue from someone that you are really close with, but you kind of lost contact with, and then of course you're gonna have questions. I mean, I have questions for people that I haven't seen for a lot of years because, first of all, it's been a long time. And then besides that, of course, if you were on that level of closeness with someone and they text you, you might have some personal questions that you want answered. So, Nays, I hope that you figure it out. And when he comes back to Indonesia, go ahead and shout it out. I'm sure you'll find the courage to, and you'll still want to ask that question because questions have a tendency to always want to be asked. All right, before we continue to move on, let's check out 2 more songs. Unita of Indonesia, what's up? You requested I Lay My Love on You by Westlife, and Aaron of the USA requested Thank You by Dido. We just heard I Lay My Love on You by Westlife, followed by Thank You by Dido. Alright, so if anyone knows how to pronounce that artist's name, go ahead and let me know. Alright, so I hope to see a lot of your text messages for my text message next week. Remember, you can tell me about messages you sent, received, or you just keep. Tell me a little bit about the situation and how you received the message or why you sent the message. And remember, it doesn't have to be a text, it can be an SNS message as well. Just remember to write my text on your title before sending in your message, and I'll introduce them the best I can next week. Alright, starting now until the end of our second hour, we're going to take a look at what our MA family members have been doing this week from Monday through Friday, what you're doing right now, and just any plans or thoughts you might have for my message. Now, taking a look, our first message is from Sephora Luango from France saying, Hi, how are you? It's my first time tuning in with you. Looking forward to discovering Music Access. Kisses from France. Mwah! Bonjour. Je m'appelle Benji. Je t'aime. I love fromage. I don't know if that meant I love cheese or I love you and then cheese, but it was probably one of the two. But yeah, tuning in to Music Access. For sure. Thank you very, very, very much. And shout out to France. Now, before we move on, let's check out 2 more songs. Amber of the USA requested Heart Attack by XO, and we'll follow it with I Feel You by Wonder Girls. We just heard Heart Attack by XO, followed by I Feel You by the Wonder Girls. And let's share a message. We've got Tracy from the Philippines saying, Hi, Benji. I want to know, have you ever made a mistake on stage without anyone knowing? Actually, I made a mistake on a music broadcast that no one knew except the people in the studio. So, while we were promoting our track, 준비됐나요? Are You Ready? We had to do a shortened version, and I wasn't supposed to jump, but I actually jumped by accident, and I think everyone saw. But luckily, the camera angle did not catch me, so no one knew who was watching it, but the only people who knew were the people in the studio. Whew, not even my members knew until I told them. Yeah. Alright, before we continue on, of course, we gotta check out 2 more great songs. First, we've got 완전 미쳤네 by Tiara, and Tony of the Philippines requested 괜찮아 by Eric Nam. You know what's really, really cool about that song? Oh, sorry. We just heard 완전 미쳤네 by Tiara, followed by 괜찮아 괜찮아 by Eric Nam. And one of the things I like about 괜찮아 괜찮아 singing it live is the ending part. You can sing it whenever you want. You go, 우리 참 예뻤다. Or if you say, 우리 참 예뻤다. Like, you can push it back and everything. Anyways, so it's the end of our first hour. Right after a short music break, we'll continue on with our Saturday show. Of course, introducing your messages. So, the final song we're going to hear for our first hour is requested by Melody Pick of Thailand, Fight Song by Rachel Platten. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of B.I.G. And our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Saturday, August 15th was We All Want the Same Thing by Rixton. What do we want? Donuts. When do we want it? Chocolate. Alright, now here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. And another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now, before we come back with more messages for my message, let's check out two more songs. The first song is Home by Philip Phillips, followed by Next to Me by Emily Sand. We just heard Fly to You by the Royal Pirates, followed by 연애할래 I Wanna Date by Park Bo-ram. And now continuing to our next message, we have Angel from Canada saying, just asking, most TV shows in Korea are an hour long. So is the program you're on for an hour too? And how long does it take to tape? And what's fun about taping the show and what's hard? Okay, so TV shows in Korea, they're mostly an hour long, but they definitely film for more than that, because what you see on TV is definitely a compilation of the best moments of filming that they put in there, or, you know, the kind of the best content that they want to put out. So, for example, Arirang, the thing I'm doing here, tour versus tour, the program itself is 30 minutes, but then, of course, you know, as you film, there's a script and people make mistakes. And then, of course, just being on the tour for tour versus tour itself also takes a lot of time, you know, because you have to travel everywhere and all that stuff. So, yeah, that is a lot of time. And for example, the farming program I'm on, I think it airs for 90 minutes, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And that films for 2 days straight. It films from what is it, like 7 a.m. and then it ends the next day at like 8, 9, 10. After you finish interviews, it's like 9 to 10. Then I come back up to Seoul. It's a long thing, but it's worth it, I guess. It's, of course, not I guess. It is definitely worth it. But I guess the hard part is about keeping that energy up and focused for the entire time, because it takes a lot of stamina to maintain that positive outlook and all that stuff while you're doing all that stuff. But then when you look back at the TV programs, especially the ones that I've been doing, you know, I didn't done a talk show. They've all been like reality and stuff. It's a lot like memories, you know. Oh, hey, I remember that, or I remember this, or I remember doing that. And then, you know, it's kind of like that. But it's definitely a lot of fun, Angel. And if you have a chance to come to Korea, maybe, you know, try to apply to be in the audience or something for a Arirang show or something. Or maybe, you know, tour versus tour partner. Maybe. All right, now before we continue on, let's check out two songs. Anne Sophie of Malaysia requested Shining Diamond by 17, and we'll follow it with Vanilla Shake by Encia. We just heard Shining Diamond by 17, followed by Vanilla Shake by NCA. Although I don't know why she could have chosen a strawberry shake or a mint chocolate chip shake, because I do like mint chocolate chip ice cream shakes from the ice cream place that has a lot of flavors. Continuing on to our next message, we do have Samantha of Australia saying, "Good day, Benji. I'm trying hard to listen to Music Access every day, and I especially love your Tuesday Corner with Sam. The acting is always absolutely fabulous. Both of you should be in K-dramas. You always make me laugh to the point that I cannot breathe. You guys seem to get really into character more and more each week. Do you have a week when you were the most pleased with your acting? Is there a character you want to try? I'm curious who will get the penalty this coming week. I'll be waiting for Tuesday's Corner anxiously. Take care. Sending love, hugs, and kisses, Samantha. Actually, I think one of the best parts about Tuesday's Corner is, besides, of course, music. Me and Sam, we match on a lot of stuff. It's crazy. We actually, whenever we have to pick a song, we've doubled up on songs once or twice. Of all the music in the world, when you think of a song, what song do you think of? It's like, oh, this song, no, this song. And then it's like, yo, you picked the same song as me. Oh, that was the song I was going to pick. Which is really weird, actually, in a certain way, because I don't think I've ever, matched this much with someone in terms of music. It's kind of crazy. But, of course, when it comes to the acting, I think at first when we were acting, neither of us took it very seriously, just because it seemed like such a... neither of us are actors, we're singers, but, you might as well just do it for fun. But the more we did it, the more we kind of got into it, and the characters and the development. And especially, just in terms of experience, the more you do something, of course, it's going to become more, it's going to become a better product, the result's going to be better. So I think that's part of it as well. We kind of figured out our own roles, our own voices, and our own method of trying to become the best actor possible, which is why prepare to see me at the Academy Awards or the Emmys in 2018, maybe. Not. Okay, now before we continue on, of course, you have to check out 2 more amazing songs, and the first song is Awesome. No, it's called Awesome by Loco featuring J Park and Gray. And the ploy of Thailand wants to hear 별 해는 밤 by 40. We just heard Awesome by Loco featuring J Park and Gray, followed by 별 해는 밤 by 40. Have you guys heard this song before? It's nice, right? It's like a lazy song, but it's also kind of like you can listen at night and it tugs on your heartstrings and really get into it. Yeah. All right, now moving on to, we're going to do a double message. First, we've got Ahmad from Thailand saying, do you remember what I told you, Crazy No and Jay? I asked you guys to make a sexy face. I captured the picture and set it to my desktop wallpaper already. It's super cool. 55555. Do you know what that means? No. 55555 is Thai internet slang for ha 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 ha, because 5 is ha in Thai, so 55555 is ha 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 ha. So I'll be waiting for your fun games this Friday too. A sexy face, of course. Crazy No, Jay and me, we do our stuff on Friday all the time, and I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very fun. I think Friday is the corner where my voice is gone the most after the guests leave, because, think about it. Monday with Karen, Tuesday with Sam. Sam's corner is a little bit, because we have to act, but, it's not major like, ah! And then, Wednesday's corner, Thursday's corner, it's all chill. And then Friday's corner, it's all yelling. From the moment we get in, it's like, yo, what's up, guys? It's like, and then, we play the game, so much laughing. And then when they're all like, all right, and then I'll see y'all next week. Bye, bye. And then as soon as we end, I was like, oh my gosh, my voice. Oh. But it's definitely fun. And I think Crazy No and Jay and me really have some great chemistry going on when it comes to the games. So, congratulations on that wallpaper. And maybe if you look into the near future, you can find another cool picture that we'll take to make your next wallpaper. Or maybe make it your mobile device wallpaper. All right, and we have Kim Chen-nang from Korea saying, Benji-gun, I'm so happy to see you through the camera often these days. Will I be able to see you often next week too? It's hot and stressful, but you're providing a lot of positive energy and happiness for me. B.I.G and Ben DJ and Music Access. I love you, and I have a small wish. I hope you'll remember me too. Honestly, when I first started radio, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't quite understand, especially I'd read messages and I'd be like, how am I going to remember these names? I really want to remember every single person, but it's just so hard because, there's a lot of names. But then now that I've been doing radio for a while, there's names that I recognize. I know people's backstories a little bit more. And it's starting to all come into focus, but I think that definitely took time. In terms of remembering people, definitely I will remember people. And it's definitely still on my to-do list because I need to get to know you guys more. And that includes just the day-to-day messaging back and forth. So, of course, I'm not going to remember you. I am going to remember you, and I will try to remember everyone as well. So, of course, we can actually have a real familial experience. All right, now before we continue on, let's check out 2 more songs. The first song is Nowhere by Tamia, followed by Some Type of Love by Charlie Puth. And it's time to say goodbye. Our last song for today is Tallulah by Jamiroquai. This was Benji of B.I.G, and I'll be back.